It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You're just in time. JP Sebastian joins us as we unpack some of the latest movie trailers that's been released. This is part 2, and we're going to focus on a few movies that are a little bit more of your, what we would call your blockbusters. So, JP, we're going to start off by unpacking the movie trailer, The United States versus Billie Holiday.
You're a Billie Holiday fan by any chance?
Not too familiar.
Okay, well, it's
Yeah.
old school jazz singers type thing. Ella Fitzgerald, Nina Simone, that sort of class of things. Unfortunately, with a lot of those sort of names, you don't see sometimes that the biopic, the movie, really does justice to the person. I mean, the Nina Simone one was... This, however, since we're talking about trailers that came out this week, looks really promising for the story of Billie Holiday. And just from the outset, from the actress Andra Day, who has her background in music. I don't know as a musician.
I love her song. There's I should not be.
You're gonna have to sing it now with the saxophone. Get in here.
It goes like na 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 na. Okay, I can't sing it, but I'll get to the name. But it's one of my favorite songs of hers, and she's now an actress.
Yes, and this is her first time acting, and
sure.
Good grief, she looks really good in this. She was just nominated for Golden Globe.
Yes.
For lead actress, so there might be Oscar buzz around this. And usually this is the case with, I mean, anytime you're doing a biopic about a singer from back in the day, the Oscars go wild about this kind of thing. What's especially important for me about what this trailer reveals is that it's not just doing a connect the dots type, let's read the Wikipedia page and do the live from start to finish kind of thing. It's focusing on a moment that was defining for this person's memory, not so much their career, where she, in defiance of, who you're looking at here, the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, sang the song Strange Fruit, which you might have heard of. That is about the lynchings in the United States and the history of anti-black lynchings, Strange Fruit being the bodies hanging from the trees. Really, yeah.
Very deep.
Yeah, very emotional and moving stuff. And this is exactly what happened to her in real life when she refused to stop singing it on stage. She was taken off by the authorities. A song was that threatening to the state.
That still boggles my mind. I mean, even here in South Africa, there were songs that were banned from being played. So this is
one of the most grotesque things. They would physically scratch out on the vinyls songs that they just didn't approve of. And yeah, I mean, still today, and this is why this movie is pertinent, there's subjects that America still feels like they can't speak about. Reparations for black people, for slavery, for example. And so Strange Fruit is still, you'll see on websites, is listed as controversial, but it's talking about historical fact of what a white supremacist regime did to black people for the longest time in America. This movie, The United States versus Billie Holiday, I hope that it does justice to those two things, which is trying to be desperately relevant to a very important matter right now, as well as the singer herself. Good grief. Go watch the trailer, and you have to listen to it for yourself, South Africa. Clearly, this woman knows what she's doing when she's singing, but as an actress, just for taking some coaching, I think it helps that the director is Lee Daniels, the dude who did Precious.
Okay.
Which was also a first-time actor. That was Monique. That was 6 nominations. He clearly knows what he's doing, and she clearly was totally up for it and might be in for Oscar glory for it.
Director.
Seems like.
Well, I think this is the one a lot of the people are very excited about. We are now looking at Zack Snyder's Justice League. I thought Henry Cavill hung up his Superman cape.
You thought wrong, and much to your pleasure, I'm sure. That
I'm very excited about this.
Well, then keep watching for the opening shot, which will be Henry Cavill screaming in all sorts of writhing emotions, I'm sure. Especially, he must be most pleased.
Pain.
Yeah, I think the pain is having lost his CGI moustache. This is a great way to show off that they got that right. Because for the first Justice League, because yes, this is a redo. They had this weird sort of computer graphics on the lip thing
because he didn't want to shave the moustache for Mission Impossible.
There were like legal reasons. There were lawyers involved. There were lawyers fighting over a man's top lip. I'm sure you'd fight over Henry Cavill's top lip too. If you had the legal avenues, I'm sure, Zoe.
I mean, tell me which girl would not fight over Henry Cavill? Okay, but enough about him. Let's talk about the movie.
Okay, so Henry Cavill also has a bottom lip, and it looks amazing in this. Okay, no, never mind. Shame. I have to talk for the Justice League fans here, and they're all very excited about this because, I mean, this is 4 years later, and so sure, Zack Snyder had to walk out on the original movie he was directing. You're still giddy about Henry Cavill.
No. Like, I'm waiting because I know there are a couple of some fans over here.
Sure. So this was originally going to be directed by Zack Snyder. Joss Whedon steps in, who now we've heard so much sordid, horrible stuff, and nearly said a horrible word there, about Joss Whedon and how abusive he is. So it seems like just the right time for the director to achieve his original vision, supposedly, is what Zack Snyder is doing. It seems like a weird freebie. I'll tell you what, kids, if you hand in an essay and it gets bad marks the way the original Justice League did, you just tell the teacher it wasn't my vision. And I'm going to take 4 years to remake the thing on my terms. Apparently millionaires get to do this, and Justice League, for me, as someone who doesn't follow superhero movies, I don't see anything that looks dramatically different, especially since at the time that he left the original Justice League, he was already in post-production, and there were a bunch of reshoots. I don't know how you get that sort of free play to experience your vision, and they still reshoot, like redoing the whole movie, but people are most excited about this. That's Jared Leto back as the Joker.
Okay.
That's precisely my response after Suicide Squad, which he was terrible in. Maybe he'll be just fine in this one, though. There's all sorts of patching and fixing. I am. Like, the superhero movies earn more than, like, I don't know, the country of Moldova. They do not deserve kid glance. We need to treat them like they are billionaire parasites that they sometimes can be.
Okay, JP. Well,
this
that
comes out
is
next
JP.
month, though. Not in South Africa necessarily. Henry Cavill might come out, and in ways that you'll approve of. Probably on a streaming service, definitely a streaming service in America, but we might get a big screen in South Africa. They're looking for distributors and that kind of stuff, so there's no date just yet.
Okay, cool. Well, that was JP Sebastian bringing the latest movie trailers that have been released to your Feel Good Breakfast show.
The Cavill will top them.